All right. Well, it's great to be back up here in San Bernardino. We had a good day of work, good day of meetings last night, and you know, getting going. It's just fun to be here, and we're going to work hard and try to leave here a better football team than we came here as. So, a couple of personnel issues to tell you about. I'm sure you're curious. Um, Simon Goins is out right now with a medical issue. Um, we're not sure of the severity of it. Our doctors are diagnosing what the problem is, and we'll try to get him going as quickly as possible. Hopefully, it's not real serious, but it's something that we've got to keep our eye on. And so, he will not be at camp for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll see where he is from there. Chris Clark has mono. Hopefully, he'll be back out doing some things tomorrow. But he's had it for a couple weeks now, and so it's just a matter of monitoring that and seeing where he is physically and how we can work him back in here. I'm sure you're going to ask why Craig Lee wasn't here. Craig's still finishing up some work in school. He's had a really good summer in the workout program and a good summer academically, but he's got some work he's got to get done. And as soon as he can get that done, then he'll be able to rejoin us. And then Cordell wasn't here today, and Cordell has been excused for a day or two just to take care of some personal things. Don't anticipate it being anything serious. So, you know me, I like to focus on the guys that are here. I thought we got off to a good start. Just have a good feel about the veteran guys on this team and their understanding of what it's going to take for us to be the type of football team that we want to be. And you see it in the way that they focus in meetings. You see it in the way they approach walkthrough. You see it in their work ethic and practice. You see it in what they accept and reject in terms of, attitude and performance from the younger guys and each other. And it's really exciting to be around that. And so if we can just continue to build off of what we did in spring and that feeling that we had coming out of spring, that we were really making strides towards being more consistent as a football team, then we'll be moving in the right direction. So that's about it for an opening statement.
Simon's things is related to any of his past injuries?
No, it's not. It's independent of those. I don't want to be evasive, but I don't really feel like I should discuss exactly what it is right now. It's nothing life-threatening at this point. It's something that our doctors just feel like that they want to monitor and we want to monitor and make sure that he's completely healthy before we get him back out here doing the football stuff. It's disappointing, obviously, for everybody, and most certainly for Simon, because he has had a really good offseason. You guys know what he's been through the last couple of years with injuries. This is not an injury; it's a medical condition, and we just hope the best for him and hope we can get him back out here eventually, or not out here, but back playing football eventually.
You worked at a quarterback type of rotation. You guys want to go through?
Well, it'll be different, Chris, than it was in the spring. We're going to get guys working every practice, but there'll be a main guy in every practice working with the ones. And by period, today, as you saw, it was mostly Jerry and Josh working with the ones. And then the second period, it was, the first period, it was Jerry working with the ones and Josh working with the twos. The second period, it was Josh working with the ones and Mike working with the twos. And we only had 2 really competitive periods today. As we go through camp, we'll continue to add competitive periods. And then after about 5 or 6 practices, we'll evaluate where we are, and we'll adjust as we go.
Were you generally happy with the tempo and the energy for the first day?
Yeah, I was generally pleased. A long ways to go. We are slowing down the tempo the first couple days in terms of the time that we spend, or the pace of snap to snap, trying to emphasize finish. We turn the music down a little bit, emphasize coaching points, recovery. I don't want to just break them the first 2 days, okay? And I'm not saying we want to ease into it, but we have a plan for how we want to get to where we want to get in terms of the tempo and the pace that we work at as a football team. And so today was a good start for us. It was in line with what we had planned.
Brought in some really talented freshmen. Did anybody stand out
Today, no. I mean, it's hard it's just so hard that first day. There's so many things going on in my mind and so many different things I'm looking at, from footballs laying on the ground to, the lights being too close to the field to the, a weed over here, a hole over here, all those other things kind of get me that first day. I'm like everyone else, I kind of have to settle into the routine. But I'm sure, I'm looking forward to guys jumping out as we go.
Were there some bodies that stood out physically, changed?
Well, I think as a football team, we just look good. I watch our offensive and defensive line, when they're in stretch, and particularly our offensive line, and they look big and they look physical and they don't look dumpy. They look lean and athletic, and our defensive line the same thing. Bodies look good. You're seeing guys with arms and just looking physically like we want to look, and I think that's a credit to the players, obviously, in the way they've worked, and I think it's a great credit to Coach Alosi and his staff and the work they've done with these guys off season.
When you're evaluating quarterbacks, what kind of things are you going to be looking for?
Boy, a million different things. Presence in a meeting, presence in the walkthrough, presence in the locker room, presence on the field, the ability to move from play to play, and put a good play or a bad play behind them and move to the next one. Obviously, an understanding of our scheme, a consistency of performance, someone that takes care of the football, makes great decisions, somebody that has the trust and the confidence of their teammates, and somebody that can make plays for us to help us win the game and not make plays that hurt us, and put us in positions where we may struggle. So, there's a lot of things that go into it. It's not like we have a checklist and every day we go through everything and say, well, who was number one in this or that. It's, it's based upon our experience as coaches and a feel that you get, having done this for a long time.
Going into your fourth camp here, do you feel you can be less hands-on than you were maybe your first time here?
I don't ever want to feel like that. I mean, I think my job is to kind of steer the direction of the team, let the coaches coach. In terms of hands-on with regards to scheme, I feel very comfortable with the coaches that we have and what we're doing offensively and defensively and special teams, and I want to let them do their work and just add where I can add. But in terms of just the mindset and the energy and the focus and the work ethic and the tempo and those things, I mean, I feel like that's my responsibility, and I'm never gonna step back from that stuff.